It's nice outside, so I decided to do one of my videos outside today. In this video, I wanted to talk about your guys' inquiry projects. Now, last week, I know that I told you guys that we were going to do our presentations this week, but Mr. Bray and I were talking, and we thought that it would be beneficial to spread this project out a little bit. So instead of presenting your projects this week, today I want you guys to continue your research. And then tomorrow and Thursday, you guys will create your presentations, maybe even on Tuesday of the following week, and we will present them next week instead. And we will get more information for you guys about when you guys will present those and how you will present those. But this week, you guys are going to finish your research and create your presentations. Now, today specifically, Tuesday, April 21st, I want you guys to continue your research. Now, last week, you guys came up with your questions and you answered those questions. Now, most of you guys came up with some brilliant questions. However, some questions were also very simple. And when I say that, I mean, some of the questions were, how many legs does my animal have? Or what does my animal eat? Very simple questions that are very easy answers to find. Now, what Mr. Bray and I want you guys to do is keep the questions that you already have, but maybe add a few more. Make your questions interesting, because then your answers are going to be interesting. So when you go and you present these projects to your peers, they're going to find this living thing that you guys did research on very, very interesting, and they're going to want to know more about it. They're going to want to ask you questions and say, why did you decide on this? Like, how did you find this information out? So keep what you have. That's completely fine. But maybe look at your questions and say to yourself, are my questions really easy and really simple that are maybe they're kind of boring? How could I make this more interesting to teach somebody else about? Because that's what you guys are going to be doing when you're presenting these. You're going to teach myself, Mr. Bray, and your peers all about this living thing, because that's the point of an inquiry project, is you learned about this thing yourself, and then you're going to come and you're going to teach this stuff to us. So look at your questions and ask yourself, are these maybe too simple or too easy? Could I make it a little more interesting and more in-depth for when I present it and when I teach this to my peers? You can just continue editing on the document that you guys shared with us last week. Another thing is we can give you guys a little more feedback, and so can your peers in our Google Hangout small group chats that we're going to do. Now, if you guys look on It's Learning, there's another content block in here that is called Wednesday. I think it's called Wednesday 4.22 Google Hangout chats. And what I've done is I've put you guys into small groups for Google Hangout chats, and I've given you specific times that you guys will be meeting. And what Mr. Bray and I will do is we will send you guys your small group those links to get into the Google Hangout at the time that it says. So make sure that you look at that so that you know exactly when you're supposed to meet. This is going to be in addition to our morning meeting group chat. So tomorrow on Wednesday, you'll have your morning meeting group chat. And then at a different time, you will have your small group chat for the inquiry project. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the topics that you guys chose, the living things, and you guys can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. Maybe ask each other some questions, maybe get some ideas of how you can make your presentation or other things that you can research to make it really, really great for when you present next week. So please, please, please make sure that you look and see what time your group is meeting tomorrow for your small group Google Chat Hangouts for our inquiry projects. The last thing I want to say about this is I do not want you guys to start making your presentations, because I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I want you to put in your presentation and exactly how I want you to make your presentation, because I don't want you to make this whole presentation and then have to go back and fix things. Because what I'd like for you guys to do is focus on certain things every day so that you can make it as great as it can be. So today, please do not start your presentations because you don't know what exactly or how exactly I'm going to tell you to create that. So just continue your research. Look at your questions, see if you can maybe adjust them a little bit based on what I said a few minutes ago. And then we will make some videos for you guys for tomorrow, and we will talk through in our small group Google Hangouts to see how you should be making your presentations. They look great so far, the research that you've done. I can't wait to learn more. Some of you guys are coming up with some fantastic living things, and I'm actually going to make a presentation for you guys to show you in the next few days, to show you kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm very excited to see all of your topics though.